Hey everybody, I'm coming to 43 years of age and I've been playing these things for 30 years now. And whilst I'm a professional guitar player, I recently reached this conclusion that I don't want a house full of guitars. I've kind of been there, done that, but I do want to have owned all of the classics at some point. Some will stay, some will go. So I went out a few weeks ago and bought this. It's a Fender Custom Shop 1961 Jazzmaster relic. I've always been intrigued by Jazzmasters, but when I was a kid, I used to think these were guitars that were just for surf, indie, grunge, those kind of things. And it's pretty mad to think that Leo Fender actually designed this as a jazz guitar, and it never really took on in that situation. But it will do jazz. I've been really surprised to find out that it does that fantastically. So what I'll do in this video is I'll take you through how a Jazzmaster works and what it's for. This particular one is in the burgundy mist finish. My wife's having a great time calling it pink, which does not bother me at all because real men play pastel. Let's see how it sounds to begin with. I think the first big challenge with the Jazzmaster is just understanding how it works, because there's nothing worse than trying to demo one in a music shop and not being able to get a sound out of it. And then you get kind of flustered, you put it back on the wall and you think, you know what, I'm going to leave this behind. It's a very simple guitar really. You've got two separate circuits, the normal three-way blade switch down here, and then you've got what's called the rhythm circuit up here. They're both separate. So if I'm in the three-way section down here, I've got my rhythm circuit turned off, so the switch is down, and now I'm just operating like a Telecaster. Down here, bridge pickup, in the middle, bridge and neck, and then up here, just neck. So let's see how that sounds first before we look at the rhythm circuit. Here's the bridge pickup. So it's got that kind of spikiness that you expect from a Jazzmaster, but not too much so. Bridge and middle. Now that tone I actually already prefer for funk and kind of stuff like that than I do a Strat. It just seemed a little bit tighter, a little bit cleaner. And then on just the neck pickup on its own, this is a really fat sounding pickup. But what I also love about a Jazzmaster, I think because of its design with this bridge and tremolo here, is the dynamic range you get from picking here to picking here. Let's have a listen. That's great for that kind of old Dwayne Eddy sound all the way through. So already a fantastically dynamic guitar. And then when you go to the rhythm circuit, flick the switch up. So that is now out of the equation, it's not doing anything. So now I'm just on the neck pickup and I have the volume here and the tone here. So it's already going to sound a little bit darker. The volume all the way up and the tone all the way up. And then if you take the tone down, you can really get into Wes Montgomery territory here. Then put the tone back up again and go back to pick. So again, a really usable circuit. I wouldn't necessarily take this guitar on a jazz gig because I think it might just not look right for it, but for recording, it will definitely do the job. I think the next thing is, let's just see how it sounds for different styles. playing experience of a Jazzmaster is not actually that different from a Strat, to be honest. This has got the 61 Strat profile neck. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's fairly slim. I normally play U's and V's, but this one is great. It's really easy to play. Action is very low as well. All in all, it's just a great guitar. It's lightweight, just a little bit over 7 pounds, about 7.2, something like that. The offset sits beautifully against the body as well. As I say, it's not too far away from the experience of playing a Strat, so it might be worth checking out one of these to see how it feels and sounds. Let's check it out with some driven tones now. Let me see if I can give you a look at the whole thing. So obviously there's the front. This one has the matching headstock as well, which is a nice cosmetic feature. You don't always find it, but I quite like it. It's what's called a lush closet classic. So it's got just a little bit of lacquer checking, just a few bumps and dings, nothing too severe. If you don't like heavy relics, then this is a good way of getting into a relic guitar because it's a very light relic. I like them all, but it still has that slightly worn, played-in feel. Being a custom shop, it has the rolled fingerboard edges as well, which is really nice. Indian rosewood fingerboard as well, obviously, on this. And these two big Jazzmaster pickups. Trem's great on this one, very smooth. You can get a variety of volume and tone knobs as well, again, purely cosmetic, but these are the ones that happen to be on there, just the kind of the classic Fender. Three-way switch, and then the rhythm circuit up here, on, off, and then volume and tone. For me, one area where a Jazzmaster really excels is any time you need to get some texture into a part. So big delays, reverb, all that kind of thing. Let me play up and down the neck and I'll show you how it sounds. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I'm loving this guitar. As I say, the joke in my household is 6 months later it might be gone, but I don't think so. I think this will really work for a long time. It's great having an extra texture in. Remember, sometimes a guitar is going to make you play differently, and a Jazzmaster is one of those instruments. It's very textural. It's great for adding parts that need to stand out in a mix or add some atmosphere. Now, I can't leave you without putting it in its natural environment, so I'm going to play some surf guitar so you can really hear the twang factor. If you'd like to get the backing track for this one, just head over to the website in the description box below. If you've got any thoughts or comments or questions, just leave those. Let's have a dialogue. You might have a Jazzmaster, you might love it, you might hate it, you might be thinking about getting one, but let's talk about these things because I absolutely adore it so far. And remember, do not fear the pink. Take care, I'll see you next time.